WSRT Fitness. If this is your first time here, please remember to subscribe, click the bell, and select all for notifications. Thank you so much for watching and welcome. Today we are talking about the number one excuse, in my opinion, as to why you are not accomplishing your goals, whether health and fitness goals, whether that be for weight loss, lean body mass, certain strength markers, certain endurance markers, no matter what it is you're trying to accomplish with your health and wellness. This is the number one excuse: time. Now let me explain why I think it's the biggest excuse. People use it all the time. They say, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym. Oh, I don't have time to cook my meals. I don't have time to write out a list before I go grocery shopping. I don't have time to plan out what I'm getting on my grocery shopping. So often people are using time as such an excuse because as if they have better things to do. What could possibly be more important than making sure that you and your family are healthy? You know, what could possibly, like seriously, what can you be doing at work that is so much more important? Now, I realize you have to have a job. I realize that you need to make an income to provide for yourself and your family. I get that. But most people only work 8 hours a day. And even if you work 10 or 12 hours a day, I met people who you know, they're on call for particular jobs for 24 hours, but they work 2 days a week if they're on call for 24 hours. They have the other 5 days of the week off. You know, you can only work so many hours. It's only allowed by law for so many hours. And so what are you doing with the rest of your time? You know, now if you're working a 12-hour day and you want to sleep for 6 hours, you still have 6 hours left. That's plenty of time to prep your meals. And recently I actually showed one of my clients all of the meals of which I cook myself. Every single typical meal that I make for myself, obviously usually my lunch meals and sometimes my dinner meals if I'm not able to eat with my family because of time. Every single one of my meals I can make in 9 minutes or less. And I have an assortment of meals. I actually have 12 different meals that I can do this with, and I know that it's healthy. I know I've got the protein, the nutrients, everything that I need in all 12 of those meals. And then it's just a matter of making the choice of which one I'm going to have you know, now I only use I have 4 different proteins that I use and basically 3 choices for each. But I digress. People use time as an excuse a lot, and it bothers me. And very often, sometimes I'll get a little bit rude with people. I have 7 kids. I have a wife with medical conditions. I had 2 jobs, and now I've transitioned into personal training, and I also am running my Masonic Lodge, which is kind of like a full-time job on its own, especially because of how active I've made our lodge this year. So I am constantly busy. I get up at 4 a.m. every morning to make sure I fit everything in because I also work out an hour to an hour and a half a day. I also spend time every day doing stretching. I have separate time that I'm practicing posing for physique competition. I also go for my walks every day, which generally take up about 35 to 40 minutes, give or take. And now I'm also going to physical therapy twice a week. Every now and again I get tired, but I still make sure I get everything done. It's because I made a commitment to the lifestyle. Now, I am doing things a little bit more extreme than most people are. You don't need to spend 2.5 to 3 hours being active every single day like I am. But you can seriously, in 30 to 45 minutes, if you attack your workouts with the right intensity, you can get 30 to 45 minutes. Who doesn't have 30 to 45 minutes? Honestly tell me how many TV shows you watch a day. That's how much time you have to get up and work out. How many TV shows do you watch a day? That's how much time you have to meal prep, to pre-cook your food if that's going to be more convenient for you. Like for me, I have the availability to cook my food every day. So what I do is 1 day a week, I will prep cook the large stuff like the rice because it takes longer to properly make my rice. So I'll do that 1 day, and then I've got my rice for the week. And what I'll do is I'll cut up, when I buy my chicken in bulk, I'll pre-cut, or the same thing with beef, I'll pre-portion everything. And so that way, all I gotta do is thaw out that portion for that day, and then I can cook it. And so that's a system that works for me. I found a way to make it convenient. Now, for some people, you might have to make a week's worth of food and store it in containers in the fridge, which if that works for you, I definitely recommend doing that, because then all you gotta do is pop it in the microwave. So simple, so easy. I mean, seriously, even if you are that busy, even if you are that short on time, you can put something in the microwave and you can go back. Like, for example, I message clients all the time, all day, every single day, except for my one day off a week. And even still, I'm reading their messages so I know what I'm going over with them the following day. So I'll pop something in the microwave if I'm cooking something in the microwave, and I'm right back on the phone. I actually make my breakfast with the microwave, even though I could make my eggs on the stove. I actually use the microwave specifically so that way while my food is cooking, I can multitask. I can message clients. So I'm saving time. I'm becoming more efficient because I prioritized that healthy nutrition. I prioritized that activity, getting it in every day. It also, by making all these convenience noted factors to save me time and still get everything done, I actually am doing more now than I was, and still spending more time with the family than I was, because I also now have the energy because I got healthy. And so when I hear people tell me that they just don't have time to take care of themselves, it drives me absolutely nuts, because there is only so much work that you can do in a day before you start to even mentally break down. Mentally and physically, you are going to break yourself down. So having that something different, that different stimulus, that something that's going to make the blood flow, make the muscles work, provide a different stimulus, and help you to feel better is so important. And having that healthier, food, and you don't need to get the high quality organic farm pasture raised whatever bullshit. You just get healthier choices. Choose to get fresh chicken and cook it at home instead of going to the fucking drive-thru and getting fried chicken. Choose to get, vegetables instead of French fries. Choose to get, just don't go to fucking drive-thrus. I mean, seriously, cook your food at home, take some responsibility, prioritize your life. Because seriously, the only person you're hurting when you make that excuse is yourself. It doesn't, it bothers me, but not because it's not like it affects me. It's not. It doesn't affect me for you to choose to not do anything. However, it is so easy to just take that time. And one thing that I said to a friend recently, and this is a suggestion I will give to every single person watching, sticking through this long of the video. This is a suggestion that I gave to a friend of mine recently. This is not a client. This is not anybody who's paying me. This was the advice I gave them. Take the next 3 days, and what I want you to do is I want you to stop and write down every show that you watch on television. I want you to write down the number of times the time you get on and the time you get off of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, any other social media. I want you to take the time to write down those times. Only do it for 3 days. I don't want this to be a permanent thing. But for 3 days, I want you to look at how many minutes you are spending not being active. So being on social media or watching television. And then I want you to see if you can cut that time in half, using the other half of your time to either prepare better foods or to exercise. That's my suggestion to you, and see how well you do. Now, it's only been 6 days since I gave him that suggestion, and I know he did it for the 3 days. What changes he's made, because I told him after those 3 days, take a look. What's your average amount of time? What can you fit in? So I'm going to be talking to him in a couple of days. I want to see what changes he's made, and I'm probably going to make a follow-up video, if he'll allow me to, about how much of a change somebody can make just by adjusting the amount of time that they're on their phone and on their television, which I know for most people is going to be a gross number. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below your thoughts on the time excuse or any other excuses that you hear people make to not be healthy enough, or that even you have made. Also, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell, select all for notifications. You can also follow me on Instagram at WSRT Fitness. You can join my Facebook group, WSRT Fitness, where I have a Train with WSRT Fitness challenge coming up. You have to join the group to get more details, and I do encourage you to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.